Alright, we're up and running, so tell me if you hear it. Yeah. There it is, I hear it loud and clear. Well, it was also, I auto-detected it this time instead. Here's the... Yeah. Probably just a witch. Okay. Yeah, we just restarted it again. It was probably just pulling from. Yeah, it's much quicker now too.
Bob Andrews was one of the enemies.
I dreamt of blood upon the shores of eyes that spoke of sin. The lake was smooth and deep and black as was her scented skin. Day 1. Okay, so we'll have to speed up the text a little bit. Once you click on it. Okay, deliver the paper. Here comes Grace. Once again.
Mm-hmm. I bet. Just a minute.
Okay.
It lives, I see. Do you want to speak with Lolita?
Is this a cutscene?
Part of the intro.
Okay.
Yes, I mean, like,
I'm sorry, but Gabriel is allowed. Oh, I mean, he's out.
Oh,
Yeah, if he ever comes back, I'll tell him. You know, you could do better. I know I don't know you, but you could do better. Sure. Bye-bye.
Okay, thanks, Slayer.
Good morning. The phone's been ringing off the hook all morning. Let me know when you want your messages.
Yeah.
Gee,
Hey,
you're
sorry, yeah.
lively.
Okay.
I told you that you hope you respect acceptance seriously and karma.
I'm sure that maybe I could run a car and all
Anyway,
Hey, Serena. When you call your daughter Lolita, you know she will be a
I can't
slut.
wait to see what
More.
human rights you violate with this one.
I can't wait to
There,
violate
my
them.
jingle.
For
It wasn't
example,
there
if you
last
would just let
screen.
me...
Yeah, chatbot
And
been acting
I
goofy.
located some local
Okay,
voodoo
here we go.
references for you. Dixieland Drugstore and the Historical Museum of Voodoo. Both are right here in French Quarter.
Okay.
How would I ever manage without you?
You? Give me a break. The devil himself couldn't change you.
Well, if the devil had great legs, perhaps, like yours.
And a riveting personality, I'm sure. Well, if you need any more research done, just ask. It's not as though we're swamped with customers.
Hint, hint. Now I think I can actually increase it a little bit because when I played, make it just a little bit bigger for us. Okay. All right. Okay. So now coffee pot.
Blessed caffeine.
Blessed.
And most people want coffee when they first come in. Let's check.
The coffee has already been made.
Okay.
The coffee pot would get cold anywhere else. Talk to the coffee. Even Gabriel isn't that addicted. Talk to the coffee.
That's the walk icon.
My kidney's already floating, thanks.
Okay, nice. It's like that friend, couple of my sister. They were showing pictures of new baby, and when I asked her name, she said Jezebel. Then I facepalm and got forced to put a dictionary under their nose to show what Jezebel really means. Yeah.
The books on the table have been chosen for their
We're
special
gonna mess around
appeal.
in this room.
Recent
This is
fiction
probably
by
gonna
the
take a
Beatles.
little while. Just
In
because.
other words, nothing written by Gabriel.
So, you guys, Gabriel is an author, and he is the owner of this bookstore, and so he's a failing author. Is the
Yeah,
best.
he's just, authors don't make much money.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, now Slayer. Does it sound okay? Does the game sound okay? They eventually get Cord to change her name to Isabel. Yeah, that was probably a little bit better than Jezebel. Jezebel has such terrible connotations, and most of it driven from the good old Bible, right? All right.
That shelf
Well,
holds
we're gonna
used
look up
copies of the
Hermitage.
Dime Strife series,
That's like
secrets of
read.
unsolved ancient UFO mysteries and such. They just leap out the door.
I bet they do, Virginia.
The latter provides access to the uppermost shelves of the bookcase. That shelf contains historical references, biographies of kings and queens, that sort of thing.
Winner of Game Bite's Best Show Award for Product Excellence. Stylish, designed, richly written, true neo-Gothic computer novel. Explore the dark corners of modern-day Nolans. For those who don't call it Nolans, it's New Orleans.
The top shelf contains a set of German books that once belonged to Gabriel's
Yes,
grandfather.
because that's the other thing, that Gabriel Knight is a descendant of a German family.
Under the window are reference books, dictionaries, foreign language dictionaries, quotation books, and
Slayer,
others.
did you ever play Gabriel Knight
Borrows them
2?
often when he's writing.
3?
Yeah, two. Two is the one in Germany.
Okay, Beast Within.
They
That
got-
one's fun.
yeah,
It
the thing
takes
I-
place in Berlin. No,
No,
I mean it takes place
more
in
It's more southern. It's
in
more like-
Munich.
yeah, you go to München, Bayern, you go to Neuschwanstein,
Neuschwanstein.
a number of other areas down there.
Yep.
So when we make it finally out there, I think we'll definitely be trying to see not just only Neuschwanstein, but a lot of the other little sites that were in that game. It's kind of similar to this game. If I ever make it to New Orleans, I'd like to kind of see some of these things and just hope that some of them are still around or have been repaired, especially after Hurricane Katrina hit it in 2005.
St. George books
Probably
could
has to
use
be,
some serious
I think they said they
renovation,
went silent
but
for one of the
Gabriel likes to
cemeteries.
think that the
And I
place
guess it
has
sounds like there's
character.
several. of the St.
Well,
Louis things.
We're going to assume most people in my chat have not seen this game and try not to spoil.
St. George
okay.
Books could use some serious renovation, but Gabriel likes to think that the place has character.
So Jezebel, at least in biblical narrative. According to the biblical narrative, Jezebel, along with her husband, instituted the worship of Baal and Asherah on a national scale. In addition, she violently purged the prophets of Yahweh from Israel, damaging the reputation of the Amorite dynasty. For those offenses, the Amorite dynasty was annihilated, with Jezebel herself suffering the gruesome death of defenestration. It's a great word, defenestration.
What is defenestration?
Well, which is based off the word Fenster, which means window in German, which means to be thrown out of a window.
She was thrown out of a window.
Yes.
So, not the best name to call a baby, but anything.
The books on that top shelf include mysteries and other pulp novels
So, I
from the
remember a couple things,
50s
like
and
you want
60s.
to look for a book about German, so look for the language ones, and
Okay.
then start trying to read that.
That shelf holds
Learns
you.
about things
They
like
just
Drydock
leap
and
up.
something like that.
The top shelf contains.
Well,
The top shelf
the German
contains-
books are here.
Gabriel's, was it Hans Ritter or something? like
The
that.
books cannot be operated.
You have to probably pick it up. Yeah, like I said, a lot of clicking.
Gabriel selects a volume of German poetry that he always found strangely compelling.
Drei Drachen. Drei Drachen kriechen in meinen Schlaf. Die Ziele wollen sie lebendig zum Fraß. Feurigen Atems, gespaltener Zunge, genießen sie jedes Mal.
That's nice. Kinda creepy, though. Who's the author?
Heinz Ritter.
Okay, Hans.
I'm not sure what it says, but I get the feeling the guy was one sick puppet.
Okay, Slayer, what does it say? We're waiting for years to know what this thing is saying. Translate.
3 dragons. Something about his sleep. Otherwise, I could be really slow and go get a.
Slayer's probably like, I missed it, Mel.
You can do it again.
We can do it again, and we will. Translate for us, Slayer. It's of course delayed, so I have to wait for a few minutes to see if he responds and translates it for
Or you
us.
could say, story for kicks.
All right, he wants to do it again just for kicks.
Gabriel selects.
Drei Drachen.
3 dragons.
Drei
Dragon-
Drachen
Three
kriechen in
dragons.
meinen Schlaf. Die Ziele wollen sie lebendig zum Fraß. Feurigen Atems, gespaltener Zunge, genießen sie jedes Mal.
Really confused. Okay, so we'll take a. Sometimes he's on.
Mind if I borrow the magnifying glass?
No, Sherlock. Just bring it back when we get the next estate shipment.
No
Okay,
problem.
I got this. I'll move it forward. We don't have to.
It's certainly light enough,
Uh-huh.
but rather
Open
useless
it.
as
Like I said, it's so many.
Gabriel looks
controls.
at the cash register, checking for cobwebs. The cash register is silent.
Sometimes you might just go.
Oh,
up to the
Slayer's life.
The
That's what
cash
we're not
register.
hearing. Darn. Took too long to
Yeah.
get Slayer.
It's certainly
Okay,
Do
there's.
open.
What is the. Oh, you mean the door? Is the door
top. Yeah,
open?
just go up to the top. Like I said, so many things. Requires a lot.
Okay. Open the cash.
We might want to speed up.
Gabriel opens the cash register to examine the take. Or, in the case of St. George Books, the mistake.
Thank you, York.
Okay, hang on. You want to speed it up? What do we want to speed up? Detail? Speed up the text a little bit. Turn up the sound.
Okay, maybe that's as good as-
Where's the speed of the game go? That used to be there. Now it's not there anymore. The first
Oh
one,
wait,
it
hit
was
play.
there.
Hit play. Okay, now I'll try it. 'Cause it was in mid animation.
Okay.
Okay. Look at the. Yeah, I think you need to
Wishful thinking.
just get the money and get the coupon.
It's a
I
gift
will.
certificate left over from yet another dismal failure of a promotion.
I trust you can live without this old gift certificate.
Knock yourself out.
Okay.
Okay, now go back to the controls again.
See? Go back to the controls again.
Control panel.
Oh.
There it is. Because you're in mid animation, that's why it wasn't there.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay, we're gonna turn up things a little bit. We're just gonna have to muck with this a little bit to make sure text is on, voice is on, hide the icons. It's on.
Yep.
You want the icons on? Kid?
Click on that.
And that will keep it on. At least we're not gonna have to freaking worry about like constantly going up there.
Yeah,
Or we're
I
gonna
think
go
there's
up
something.
there, but
I think there's something with the snake and the lion. Maybe the lion is supposed to be the family's guardian, spirit animal, or something, and then the snake is the voodoo or something.
Okay.
Something like that.
All right. Okay. So back to the cash register.
You can look at it
Do
again.
you
I think the money was the thing.
Operate it. This one. Open. All right. Open.
Gabriel
Try
checks the drawer again, just in case life as we know it changed significantly since he last looked.
Weird, the reading is kind of weird sometimes. Like, since
Gabriel, that's all the change money I have. Touch it, and you could kiss your hand goodbye.
Would I do that to you?
Yes. He said to take the money.
got the magnifying glass. I'm trying to remember if there was like some scissors we need somewhere as well.
Okay,
Also make
okay.
sure you look on the table and stuff.
Okay, so are we done with the cash
I
register?
think so.
There's not, because there doesn't seem to be a lot you can do here.
Okay, look at also
Okay,
look at
I
the
will.
little
I
pixel.
will. I know you're trying to move me along, but I'm
Saint
trying.
George book. The books on the table. Saint George.
That's all right.
There's a pair of tweezers
Oh, okay.
on the counter. Grace uses them for.
I'm gonna take the tweezers for a bit.
Good. You're beginning to look a little scruffy.
Just trying to make you feel at home.
Okay, so now
Read the newspaper.
is that operate?
No. Maybe try picking it up first, I guess.
Times-Picayune, dated June 18, 1993. The front page has an article about the voodoo murders. The article says that the victims are all identified as members of the underworld. The general public of New Orleans is in no danger. Police claim the so-called voodoo trappings found at the crime scenes are fake, a scare tactic, and that the murders are not associated with any genuine practitioners. Gabriel also scans the Aquarius horoscope for the day. Potential storms ahead. Proceed with caution and do not get involved with anything new at this time.
Right.
Okay, all
Got a
right.
point.
So you get a
Maybe.
point for reading the newspaper. Now it's time to talk to Grace, right?
Yeah, probably questioning.
Question Grace.
So some things you learn something new, and then you have
Got a minute, Grace?
to go talk to
What's up?
people to learn, ask about new topics. and
Okay,
stuff.
so now we're gonna ask her about voodoo and just go right down the list.
That's the classic.
What can you tell me about?
So if you look at the game Lamplight City, you see it definitely, especially this interface. It's
Yeah.
very similar, so you definitely get a sense that it had that.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
I didn't know much of anything about it until you started researching it for your book. Now I know that it's active in the city. There's that shop and museum. It can clearly be dangerous in the wrong hands. You should be careful investigating it.
Let's ask about the voodoo murders.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
Just what I read in the paper, same as you.
Yeah, and tell me about New Orleans.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
Well, I've only been here 2 months, but I love it. It's so much more alive than any place I've been. It feels like anything's possible here.
How about yourself?
Tell me about yourself, Grace.
Yeah, right, Knight.
I mean it.
What do you want to know?
How come we haven't gone out yet?
How come we haven't gone out yet?
I'm still waiting around for that lobotomy. As soon as I get it, I'll let you know.
She has a thing for him, though. So she's like pretending. She's playing hard to get.
What do you do after work?
Well, I either go to my oil painting class or my Tai Chi. You know that.
You know, you can go overboard with this improving yourself stuff. You don't want to alienate us mere mortals.
I suppose I should just allow my mind and body to atrophy.
Works for me.
So I love the Tim Curry. So perfect. No.
And I think they did get him for Hero Movie. Don't get the first one.
Oh, how do you like working at St. George?
How do you like working at St. George's Books?
Well, it's not exactly a huge intellectual challenge. Although the math in your record books could confuse Einstein. Still, I love old books, and it's a nice way to pay the bills while I explore the city for a summer. If you ever pay me, that is.
How old are you? yeah.
How old are you?
Old enough to know about men like you.
Just tell me anything at all.
Just tell me anything at all.
I just got my master's in history and classics. My folks wanted me to go on right away for my PhD, but 18 years of school was enough. I needed a break.
Just tell me anything at all.
Just tell me anything at all.
I came to New Orleans because I'd read so much about it, and I thought, spending a few months here would clear my head.
I love this movie. Just tell me anything at all.
Just tell me anything at all.
I've always wanted to do something really adventurous, Something real life. I'm sick of libraries and lecture halls.
Just tell me anything at all.
My folks are traditional Japanese. I don't even remember Japan myself. I was 3 when we came to the States.
Just tell me anything at all.
I've been studying Tai Chi for 10 years. It's a very spiritual discipline. I'm sure discipline of any sort isn't something that would appeal to you, Gabriel.
Just tell me anything at all.
My folks want me to get married to a boy back east, Mark Kobayashi. His parents are traditional Japanese too. I might eventually, but right now...
Just tell me anything at all.
My folks want me to get married to a boy back
Okay,
east.
I think we're back. Okay,
Mark
we're full
Kobayashi.
circle now.
His
We just
parents
wanna
are
run
traditional
through-
Japanese
sorry.
too.
We just want to run
I might
through all of our
eventually, but right
options.
now...
All right, nothing, I guess.
Nothing, I guess. Never mind.
Suit yourself.
Okay, so messages.
Do you have messages for me?
Dana called, and Susie left a message about a lawsuit.
Toss 'em.
Okie dokie. There's more when you want 'em.
More messages.
Do you have more messages for me?
Your grandmother called.
I keep meaning to get over there. What did she say? Did she sound good?
She sounded great, and we had a nice little chat about you.
Grace.
Don't worry. I didn't go into detail about your cardinal sins. Not that anything about you could surprise her. She adores you anyway.
She's my girl.
But she said to remind you to stop by and go through your father's things.
Okay.
Okay, so now we have a mission to go over to our... I have all this cat hair floating around the room. A mission to get over to our grandmother's house. More messages.
Do you have more messages for me?
Here's a strange one. You got a call from someone named Wolfgang Ritter. He said he was calling from Germany. He told me it was urgent, maybe you should give him a call.
Call Germany, like hell. If it's really important, he'll call back.
Well, fine. Let's just hope he's not with the German lottery for pitiful American authors.
And more messages.
The bookstore could really use the boost.
Do you have more messages for me?
Your friend Detective Mosley called.
Mosley. Love
Talkative,
Mosley.
isn't he?
Especially with you. What do you want?
He left an interesting message. He told me to tell you that his mother's maiden name is Humphrey. Oh, that's Humphrey.
Fascinating.
And that he left some photos for you at the station, at the front desk.
Remember
It's about time.
See those photos.
Gabriel, those photos wouldn't have anything to do with the voodoo murders, would they?
Now, why would you say something like that?
Because I know you. You're getting privileged information, aren't you? Did you tell him you'd put him in your new voodoo book?
A writer has certain obligation to his readers, you know.
Good
Gabriel,
question, sir.
you know
I
you'll
don't
never
know.
put him in your book. Your main character is a female orthodontist. You're gonna be reincarnated as a pit bull if you keep screwing with your karma.
As long as it's a male pit bull with a really big...
That's enough. Thanks. Anyway, that's all the messages.
You can read it again.
Thank
What she
God.
said. Wait, she's not against marrying that Mark. Did she even meet him before?
Oh,
Most likely not. It's the prearranged marriage. She probably did not meet him before. Do we want to request
yeah, you can try to see it.
more messages or?
She said that.
Could you do some research for me?
Sure, what?
Yeah, nothing right
Okay, so eventually we'll have Grace researching for us. Yeah, but right now we can't think of anything. Is there an exit?
now. Yeah, I can't think of it.
I can't think of anything.
Okay.
Gotcha. Okay. We've asked everything about herself. We've asked for more messages. We're done with Grace, right? Okay, so we're gonna exit from Grace. Is there anything else? So in our inventory right now, we have tweezers.
Those two objects would have no effect on each.
I wasn't even trying. Thank you, Virginia, but I wasn't even trying. We can look at them though. Can't we? Yes. Click on
The
that.
tweezers from the bookshop are an old stainless steel pair that Gabriel's had forever. The magnifying glass is an expensive one with an inlaid jade handle, an heirloom from Gabriel's grandfather.
And finally,
The $20 gift certificate for St. George's looks pitifully new and unused.
and what is this book?
The gift certificate is written up generically and has the store's name and amount penned in by Gabriel himself. There's nothing written on the magnifying glass.
Oh,
I'm
Oh,
thinking
okay.
so. I'm thinking
that's like I said, it's kind of overboard sometimes.
So you take this and you can put this. The read icon allows you to read printed material and click on the read. Nobody acts like she literally doesn't care that the marriage is arranged, not with someone, not with someone she really wants. Exactly. And she really wants Gabriel Knight.
Yeah, maybe later.
It's there, but it's slightly infirm. Okay, I just wanted to get a gist. The open icon allows you to open an inventory. So if I click on the open
That
icon,
object does not open.
and if I click
That
on
object does not open.
and that,
The magnifying glass doesn't open.
thank you. I just wanted to try it. Don't be such a naysayer, Virginia. Okay, anything else?
I think we can go into our bedroom.
All right, let's
That's in the back
use
room.
our little feet and head off to our bedroom.
Yeah.
Mardi Gras mementos left by some female or other. The typewriter is beginning to accumulate cobwebs.
Should I
Gather-
feel guilty? Nah.
Yeah. Yes, you should.
Several dozen books, including a few of Gabriel's novels, occupy the shelves above his desk.
Got a couple books published.
Gabriel doesn't need anything from the bookshelf.
Go in the bathroom.
There's nothing Gabriel needs from that part of. There's nothing It's Gabriel's bathroom.
I really got to get around to cleaning up in there.
Gabriel's bedroom is...
Might move him out.
Didn't mean to move him out the room. Sensitivity. She's not interested in Gabriel at the beginning, but more as the game progresses, the more she cares about him. Yeah, I agree with that. I still think that she protests too much. I'll do it. I'll do it. I was itching my freaking face.
I'll take this hair gel.
Jesus
You
Christ.
never know when you'll need a touch-up.
Jeans and T-shirts. A poster on the wall advertises Mardi Gras, the biggest party of the year in New Orleans. The dresser holds a meager supply of underwear and 38 pairs of mismatched socks. It's Gabriel's bed, unmade as usual. The dresser holds a meager supply. There's a flashlight on the dresser. This building's wiring leaves a lot to be desired. Gabriel might as well leave that here. Gabriel might as well leave that here.
Guess we're not going to take the flashlight? Yeah, or maybe we just need to know we've got one. In case
A
we need
poster
it.
on the wall. There's a flashlight on the dresser.
Okay, hon.
This building's wiring leaves a lot to be desired.
How are you cooking? Are you using the grill?
Oven.
Oh, you're cooking them in the oven.
A small trunk serves as a table for the radio. Gabriel's mini stereo isn't exactly high fidelity. Then again, neither is he. Several dozen books. The wastebasket overflows with crumpled pages of mediocre glory. The desk phone is cheap but functional. Gabriel's desk has been gathering dust since his last novel.
Another month of missing my mortgage, I'll be pushing those pencils on the street.
Gabriel's desk. Gabriel's bed. It's Gabriel's bed. Gabriel likes a subdued lighting effect in his studio. The jar contains frou-frou hair gel. Gabriel doesn't want to open that jar until he's ready to use the hair gel. It will get all over everything. The label on the hair gel jar talks about mysterious Hawaiian roots and ancient Oriental secrets. The copy is almost as believable as Gabriel's novel.
Terrible. Oh, it's been a long time since I played this.
Gabriel's bedroom is also his
I've been
office,
looking forward to
studio,
it.
and library.
I
A little
definitely am.
cold bubbly and brie cheese is about all Gabriel's fridge ever has in it. Bills from last Christmas gather dust on the door. Gabriel's...
Is there anything else? I'm moving this down so I can see this a little farther. Hang on. Okay, sorry about that interruption. I have a family member who's coming today, and so I want to make sure I don't miss any messages from them. Okay. Okay, so
The carpet was Grand's. She gave it to Gabriel to cheer the place up.
I think this is underwear and socks and pants and jeans, poster.
Mardi Gras. Mardi Gras.
More Mardi Gras.
Gabriel's bed.
Looks like a light.
Gabriel likes it.
Radio light, Mom. So maybe, is there anything else in the bathroom? Okay, hold on. Is there anything else in the bathroom that we need to get?
The medicine cabinet contains a few old prescriptions, personal hygiene stuff, and lots of hair products.
Okay.
Jeans and t-shirt.
I'm very sorry you guys couldn't hear the voice. Nobody had told me until Slayer told me, of course. Because really, the whole game is all about the reading, clicking.
Cute gargoyle, eh? The book rack contains cookbooks, true crime, and puzzle books. An inspired combination. Grace likes the little banker's lamp. She has the soul of an accountant.
Don't mind if I do.
Do what?
Oh, nothing.
Okay, you don't gotta try to touch Grace.
Like I haven't tried.
You better not either.
Gabriel doesn't need anything on that part of the desk. The desk is too heavy to be moved. Gabriel doesn't even want to know what Grace keeps in those drawers.
Okay, so currently in our inventory, we have the hair gel, we have the tweezers, we have the magnifying glass, and we have the coupon. And probably need to just click on the door. Oh, you got something we haven't seen.
Dramatic, isn't it? Gabriel didn't eat for 3 weeks after splurging on that coat. He has a thing for black leather.
So what if we try to put our coat on?
It's a bit warm in here. Gabriel decides to wait until he leaves to put on his coat.
So I believe one thing I was going to do is go over here and learn the narrators. I know it's Virginia. Virginia Capers. I knew the name because that's why I was calling her Virginia, because she's the narrator of this game. Definitely has a snarky, sarcastic kind of tone about her. All right, I think we can go ahead and leave the bookshop.
Gabriel cannot take that.
I wasn't trying to take it, Virginia. I was trying to leave. I was like, Virginia, I was just trying to leave. We're not trying to take anything.
I'm out of here. Try not to sell out the store while I'm gone.
Have fun.
Okay, nobody's in the store, okay? But now we have the map of New Orleans. And as we can see, or New Orleans. And as we can see, we can now go to...
Please select a destination icon.
Okay, so we got police station. So we know we need to go to the police station. We know we need to go see Grand. And these are places that do something about voodoo. But before we go, we probably should try to go to the police station and see if we can see those pictures from our friend Mosley. And Gabriel calls him Mostly, I think. Instead of Mosley, he calls him Mostly. I remember this music. Alright, let's look.
Gabriel is standing in the lobby of his friend Mosley's precinct. It smells like a cross between a hospital and brewery.
And if I remember right, you can't just get into the police station easily. But
The desk sergeant looked like a poster boy for heart disease. 30 extra pounds between his armpits and his belt, and a complexion of consistency of grey oatmeal. In other words, a typical product of good southern cooking. The official seal of the New Orleans Police Department highlights the tiled floor.
She's not bad.
A uniformed officer of the
Nosy,
New Orleans Police
Nosy looks at the
Department.
woman and makes a comment. But the guy, he doesn't care.
There's a photocopy machine in the office area.
Awesome. All right, so let's go and hold on. It's question. Let's go talk to the desk sergeant. Because I don't think we can just walk
Got
back
a second, officer?
What can I do you for?
I kind of expected him to have a little more of a southern accent. Just a little bit. All right, ask about.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
Me? Nothing. I'm a Catholic boy.
How about the voodoo murders?
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
I'm not allowed to give out information on police cases.
Anything about New Orleans?
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
I'll tell you, I'm glad as hell it's not Mardi Gras. If it weren't for that 1 month a year, being a cop in New Orleans would be a real pleasure. As it is, I'd rather stick behind this desk.
Hey, what can you tell us about donuts? How about you talk about yourself?
Tell me about yourself.
Who, me? I'm the Desk Sergeant Frick. Why?
Frick?
That's right. You got a problem with that?
No.
Not at all.
Can you please tell me about Detective Mosley?
I'm here to see Detective Mosley.
He's out of the crime scene. Sorry.
Okay, so Mosley is not available. He's at a crime scene. He had some photographs for me, though.
I was supposed to pick up some photos from Detective Mosley at the front desk.
Is that right? And who are you?
My name is Knight. Gabriel Knight.
Gabriel.
Yeah,
Chicken, not stirred.
I got something for you, all right. Soon as you're done talking, I'll give it to you.
Ooh, that sounds very, very intimidating there, buddy. All right, guess what? We're done.
Here's that envelope for you, Gabriel
Yay.
Knight.
All right. Thank you for the
Thanks.
envelope for Gabriel Knight. Now, I know we come back here. I know that we have to do something with the photographs of some sort. But for right now, let's go in our inventory. And now let's open. First of all, we look.
The envelope from Mosley is a plain manila one. It feels pretty light.
Okay, so now let's open the envelope.
Gabriel opens the manila envelope and finds 2 photographs.
Okay, now let us look at the photographs. Ooh,
One of the photos from Mosley is an official Voodoo Murders crime scene shot. A graphic close-up of a victim.
is there any... Okay, so really in these photographs, the only thing you can do is look at them. And this one? Well, hold on.
Those 2 objects would have...
Yes.
The photograph of Mosley was apparently taken upon his graduation from the police academy. He had hair then.
Why are we given a picture of Mosley? Okay. All right, let's play on. Can we talk to the lady back there?
Gabriel can't do anything with the officer from the front lobby.
What if we tried to touch?
The door works pretty well where it is.
What if we open?
No one goes back there until I say so, mister.
Isn't this
Sorry.
guy's a little bit old to be working in the front desk? 'Cause he's just trying to get his he's just trying to get his pension. So he's clicking on the last few years of his life as a desk sergeant working on the front desk. Seems like you should have this woman here, but Gabriel liked that. Probably could get in there too, but unfortunately the officer isn't gonna let us in there.
The desk, in other words, Gabriel is standing in the lobby of his friend Mosley's precinct. It smells like a cross between a
That's
hospital
why, Serena.
and brewery.
Because because we're writing a book about the voodoo murders, and we want to include pictures of Mosley, since he is the main detective on the case of the voodoo murders.
Gabriel is standing in the lobby.
Okay, so we're still in the lobby, but we now know. Okay, we also have this. Grace, so we can refer to what they said. This one thing that was nice when I was playing The Beast Within is being able to go back into the tapes and listen to the testimonies, so you could actually find what you were looking for. I always liked that feature.
The photos are
I have the photos. That's the only thing I